You wake up before the sun rises, not because of an alarm, not because of a meeting, because something in the dark just moved. There is no ceiling above you. There is no mattress beneath you. The ground is cold, hard, and damp, and the thin layer of animal hide you are wrapped in stopped holding heat hours ago. Your back aches, your jaw aches, everything aches, and the day has not even started. This is a morning in the Stone Age, and if you think you could handle it, you have never really thought about what it means. Anthropologist Richard Wrangham at Harvard has spent decades studying the daily lives of early humans. One of his central arguments is that modern humans are, in almost every biological sense, creatures built for a world that no longer exists. Your body expects dangers you will never face. Your brain runs threat detection software written for a landscape of predators, starvation, and social exile. Strip away your apartment, your phone, your grocery store, and what remains is an animal that is profoundly, desperately unprepared for the raw world it came from. So let us walk through one full day, from before sunrise to after dark, not the romanticized version, the real one. The fire went low overnight. Someone was supposed to keep it going. Maybe they fell asleep. Maybe the wood ran out. It does not matter now because without that fire, the cold settled in around 3 in the morning and nobody slept well after that. Fire is not a luxury in the Stone Age. It is the difference between warmth and hypothermia, between cooked food and parasites, between light and total vulnerability. Losing it is a crisis. Your tribe wakes up slowly, irritably, the way a group of people wake up when they have all slept badly in the same cold room. Except there is no room. There are maybe 15 to 30 of you. Anthropologist Robin Dunbar at Oxford studied the social group sizes of hunter-gatherer societies across dozens of cultures and found a consistent pattern. Groups cluster around 150 for the wider social network, but the intimate survival unit, the people you sleep near and trust completely, is almost always between 20 and 50. These are your people. You know their voices, you know their moods, you depend on them entirely. The first task of the morning is not breakfast, it is the fire. Relighting it from scratch takes skill that most modern humans simply do not have. You are not flicking a lighter. You are using a bow drill, a friction-based tool that requires a specific technique, specific wood, specific tinder, and a level of practice muscle memory that takes years to develop. If your tribe has an ember from the previous night wrapped in leaves or moss, you are lucky. You nurse it back. You blow carefully, you add tinder in exactly the right amount, and slowly, you bring the fire back. Now it is fully light. The day is beginning. And the question that dominates every waking hour of Stone Age life is the same question. What are we going to eat today? Hunger is not a background feeling in the Stone Age. It is not the mild inconvenience of waiting too long between meals. It is a persistent, physical, urgent pressure that shapes every decision your group makes. Researchers studying modern hunter-gatherer societies like the Hadza of Tanzania, one of the last remaining groups living a lifestyle closely resembling our Paleolithic ancestors, found that caloric uncertainty is the defining feature of daily life. Some days the hunt succeeds, some days it does not. You do not know which kind of day today will be. The group splits up, the women and children, and often some of the older men, move out to gather. This is not casual foraging. It is expert-level botanical knowledge applied at speed under physical strain. You know which roots are edible at this time of year. You know which berries are ready and which will make you sick. You know where the tubers grow after rain and which hillside has the most reliable plant life. Anthropologist Kristen Hawkes at the University of Utah studied Hadza grandmothers and found that experienced female foragers could reliably outgather younger, less experienced members of the group because their knowledge, accumulated over decades, was irreplaceable. In the Stone Age, an experienced elder is not a burden. She is a survival asset. Meanwhile, the hunters have gone further out. Hunting in the Paleolithic is not a quick activity. It is not a single dramatic moment. It is hours of tracking, reading disturbed soil, bent grass, the direction of dried dung, the way a bird suddenly went quiet in a tree. It requires patience and silence and an ability to read the landscape that most modern humans have completely lost, and it fails more often than it succeeds. Studies of modern hunter-gatherer hunters suggest that large game hunts fail somewhere between 70 and 80% of the time. You go out, you track for hours, you come back with nothing. On a good day, someone brings down a mid-sized animal, a deer, a wild pig. The return to camp is not a quiet event. Meat is shared. Not because these people are sentimental about sharing, but because hoarding food in a world without refrigeration is biologically pointless, and because the social rules of reciprocity in hunter-gatherer groups are strict and enforced. You share today because tomorrow it will be someone else who made the kill, and you will need a portion of it. But today might not be a good day. Today might be a gathering day. And gathering means hours of walking, often 10 to 15 kilometers, carrying whatever you collect, bending, digging, reaching, hauling it all back before the light fades. Your feet, by midday, are in a state that no modern person would recognize as normal. You have been walking barefoot or in minimal hide wrappings over uneven terrain since before sunrise. They still get thorns in them, and there is no urgent care clinic. If a foot wound gets infected, that is a serious problem. Infection in the Stone Age kills people. The middle of the day is the closest thing to rest you will get. The heat peaks. The group settles in whatever shade is available. Children play. Adults talk, repair tools, delouse each other, which is not a joke but a legitimate form of social bonding that builds trust and reduces the parasite load that everyone is carrying. Anthropologists who study primate and early human social behavior consistently find that grooming, physical closeness, and touch are the foundation of group cohesion. Your tribe does not hold together because of laws or contracts. It holds together because of trust built through thousands of small, daily acts of care. Tool use is happening all through the day. Someone is knapping flint, striking it at precise angles to create a cutting edge. This is not easy. It takes years of practice to produce a reliable blade. And if you have never tried it, know this. Modern flint knappers with years of training still cut themselves regularly. These are not primitive people banging rocks together. These are skilled craftspeople working in a demanding medium. The afternoon moves fast. The sun is already lower than you want it to be. The gatherers return. The hunters return. Sometimes with meat, sometimes without. The fire is fed. Whatever food exists is prepared and cooked because cooking is non-negotiable. Raw meat in the wild carries parasites and bacteria that will put you on the ground. Cooked food also unlocks more calories per gram than raw food, which means cooking is not just safety, it is survival efficiency. After dark, the world changes completely. You have no artificial light. The fire creates a circle of orange warmth, and beyond its edge is absolute darkness. Not city darkness. Absolute darkness, alive with sound. And your brain, which is the same brain you are using right now to read this, was built to treat that darkness as a threat, because it was a threat. Night was when the predators moved. Leopards, hyenas, and other large carnivores that humans shared the landscape with were often most active after dark. So you do not wander away from the fire at night, you sit close to it, and the tribe talks. This is perhaps the most surprising thing about a Stone Age day. The evenings are social in a way that is deeply, intensely human. Anthropologist Polly Wiesner at the University of Utah analyzed the content of conversations recorded among the Juhwansi Bushmen of southern Africa during the day versus at night. Daytime talk was largely practical: food, tools, logistics. But nighttime talk, by firelight, was overwhelmingly stories, myths, songs, moral lessons told through narrative. The names and deeds of people who had died, imaginings of things that did not exist yet. Firelight talk was, by Wiesner's analysis, a foundational technology of human culture. Not stone tools, not fire itself, but what humans did with each other around the fire after the work was done. This is where identity was built. This is where values were passed down. This is where the tribe became more than a survival unit and became something like a people. You fall asleep not in silence, but in the low sound of someone still talking, a fire crackling, the distant sounds of an ancient landscape doing what it has always done. Your back will ache again by 3 a.m. The fire will need tending. Tomorrow the question of food will return before you even open your eyes. You would not survive a single day in the Stone Age, not because you are weak, but because you have never needed to be that kind of strong. And yet, tonight, when you sit near a candle or a fireplace and something in you relaxes in a way that a ceiling light never quite achieves, that is not nostalgia. That is memory, carried in you across 10,000 years, from a circle of people sitting in the dark, telling each other stories, trying to make it to morning.